Hi guys, welcome to the Saving Money Show with me, your host Sean. I'm sorry we are outside. I realise it's a bit noisy. I apologise for that in advance. I tried not to do any more outside, but with what's going on in the market, I also try to give like a balanced approach. So basically, I've gone through some of the things that have been impacting the market and where some people are putting their money they've taken out of the tech stocks and why they've taken it out of the tech stocks. And I hope that was informative to you guys. Now we're going to go to another area they've put in. There are people who think a vaccine's been green lighted or about to be green lighted. Now, remember I said before how sometimes a company does better. There was a report that came out that said sometimes a company does better, more often than not it does better when it's booted from the Dow. Well, Pfizer came out announcing that they were expecting a vaccine by the end of October. The government was expecting one by November, and it all seemed like Pfizer was going to have a vaccine ready for us. Basically, their trials would end by October. They would be putting in a patent, and they expected the data at the end of September, October would go in and the FDA would rubber stamp it. Now, this would normally send Pfizer shooting upwards. Pfizer's down $2 today in the last couple of days. You know, that's not really making sense. But in saying that, all those people who said that this Russian vaccine was nothing because they didn't have the same testing standards as the US or UK or EU, they wouldn't. It was basically vodka with a couple of other chemicals laying around, checked in, and they've only tested it on animals. You know, so we shouldn't bother with it. Well, they're about to start mass vaccinations. So what are people doing? They're starting to do something you shouldn't do in the stock market. They're taking bets. Now, if the vaccine works, Russia will end up with the best appreciation in its economy since the Second World War. The only other time it will have had appreciation like that will have been when it discovered the gluttony of minerals such as oil and gold and fast-tracked getting it out of the ground and created the oligarchs. Now, considering the rest of the world will still be on its knees, will be in a prime position. So you will have funds holding money, waiting to see if it works. You will have funds who are drip feeding money into this country's businesses just in case it works, and even if it doesn't, they won't be investing heavily in it, but they will be getting an entry point. And what's the reasoning behind it other than the vaccine? Because everyone disregarded it a month ago. Well, when you look at the fundamentals, you will see not only is the Dow down, not only is the stock market down, something strange is happening. When the market's down, usually asset classes such as Bitcoin rise, but now Bitcoin is down as well, and crypto is down. Now that is quite unusual. Funnily enough, I've got one crypto that is up, but I expect that to be going down soon. I am looking into bonds as well. If you remember, I did a video about bonds a couple of months ago to protect yourself against the crash and second wave. Bonds are up, but you've got to remember the Fed has gone into bonds, gone into TLT, but TLT is not up that much. The bonds I spoke about before seem to be up, which is lucky for me, and I expect a downturn on that sometime soon. Now, I'm not saying a crash is coming, merely saying a correction among all asset classes, because you can see how for a crash we saw it in March, how quickly everything went down and it kept going down. Basically you had a correction and things have stayed a 10% correction. Worst thing that can happen is that the Dow and the stocks from the Dow suddenly turn around and go up another 10, 20, 30%. If that happens, it would start creating a bubble. If you have some going down, you have some going sideways and a couple going up, then that will be healthy. But now is the time your research pays out. If you are following YouTubers, you need to learn to do your research yourself. Remember, we are just idiots on the internet. Doesn't matter how qualified you are. It doesn't matter that every video I've managed to get at least one right or some right. Remember, in March you could throw a dart at a stock and you'd get it right. Now you need to do your research, look into these companies more carefully, and you need to make sure your company has the right fundamentals. You need to make sure the balance sheet is correct. The Fed has even in its report said companies with bad balance sheets will pay for it in the next 5 years. So you have a warning from the Fed itself, and they rarely give a warning about these sort of things. You need to go through your stocks, make a list of why you bought in, why you've got it. If you bought in thinking a quick turnaround and it hasn't, then you need to trim it if you don't think it's a long-term stock. If you think it's a long-term stock and nothing has changed with the fundamentals, then you hold it, you keep it there. If your valuation is still sound, you keep it there. but you need to be confident in your own valuations, in your own assessments, not someone else's. You need to be confident that what you're buying is quality. It doesn't matter whether the stock costs £1, £100, or £1,000. When I went through my stocks, I treat them all the same. If they're a good quality stock, they stay, regardless of the valuation. If I think they're undervalued. If I don't think they're good quality, if I think they're well overvalued, they don't. Anyway. And don't forget to hit that lovely like button, almost as lovely as me. Helps with the YouTube algorithm and getting the video out to more people. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Become part of the Saving Money Show family. We give each other hints and tips and updates about stocks and shares we talk about on the show. As well as that, you can ask me to look into any share you want, and I don't charge a Discord fee or ask for a Patreon. All I do ask is for you to comment in the box below and hit the like button. Even if you disagree with me, especially if you disagree with me, I like a debate. And if I do something wrong, I want you to call me on it so I can improve the channel. And why not check out the links in the description below? There's lots of others. I've used each one of them myself. I wouldn't give you links if I haven't checked them out myself. If you're looking for a free trading platform which should trade your stocks and shares, you know, you can get a free share worth up to £200 for signing up and depositing a small amount. A free trade only requires a £1 deposit. The others require £100 or dollars, depending on which one you go for. Stake has over 3,500 US stocks on their books, which is the biggest one outside of the US. Whereas Trading 212 is one of the best and easiest platforms to use. But as I said, I use all three. Anyway, on with the show. Hi guys, now we're back inside, and to go back over what we spoke about before, Worksport enters into $70 million OEM agreement with Terravis, US-based EV truck manufacturer. Now they do covers for trucks, and the new big thing is a solar powered cover. Now this can apparently be plugged into the truck, and as long as there's sun out there, you can charge up your truck, which is pretty good. And yeah, it could be a good market. I mean, imagine it, you buy an EV car and they offer you this as an accessory, or you buy the deluxe version and this comes as part of it. Now, Kensington Capital Acquisition Corp. I spoke about this a while ago. Trading 212 doesn't allow it to be traded at the moment. There was suspended trading, and well, basically they announced the merger with QuantumScape. Now, QuantumScape is a battery company that's received finance from Volkswagen and Bill Gates. So people are suddenly piling into it. They make, so apparently supposed to be looking into solid state batteries. So it looks cool. But Tesla, who are a highly innovative company, apparently have been studying this for a while and haven't cracked it. So you have to ask yourself, are they just looking into making solid state batteries, or are they actually, or do they actually have something here? You have to wonder. Now, I think people think because Bill Gates' name's attached to it and Volkswagen that they have something. But remember, he has investments around loads of companies, startups. Look at a toilet that produces fresh water. Now, for the third world countries. Anyway, that's enough on that. And this is the bond I said that the Fed went into recently, TLT. And you see a little run up and then it drop off. Now, didn't really change much. Anyway, that's all for today. Don't forget to comment in the box below, it really helps with the YouTube algorithm. And don't forget to hit the like button. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.